Hello and welcome back to the tenant farm on Witcombe Park, or on the Witcombe Park map, should I say. Today this episode is all about weeding. So we've got 2 fields to weed. We're going to get the weeder onto our case. It's got 3 hours, so we should have enough time to be able to do that, and then we'll probably have to put it in for a service again afterwards. But let's do our basic checks. It's probably going to have to need a bit of spraying. Yeah, the radiator needs to be sprayed, so let's go and get that done. There we go, it's a spray. Shouldn't take too long, but we'll get the whole thing sprayed out nice and clean. There we go. Get in and we'll get it started. Everything's all right there, so we'll get back to you once it's warmed up. While that's warming up, I see we still have the demo tractor. So I'm going to switch that off actually, and I'm going to use the demo tractor. We might as well use somebody else's equipment while we can. Don't know how long we've still got this for. So let's do the pre-checks on that. Can you do the pre-checks on it? Yep, there we go. It's all okay. Got a bit of time before it needs to be serviced. I wonder if we have to service it when we have it on demo. So let's get that started and warmed up now. But we have used the hoe on this tractor quite extensively in the last episode. So now we're going to be doing it for ourselves. We're going to do that small linseed field first, and then I'll put a worker onto the big oat field, and then we will work on finding a crop to plant in our top field above the linseed. We'll probably put barley in there. That looks like it's ready. So let's get that going and hooked up. There we go. Oh, why is it? Oh, it must have been against the wall. So I'm going to lower that to get it out the door. There we go. So we have checked all the animals. Everything's looking good. We sold quite a few, I think about 16 rooster chicks. I was going to show you my my chicken rotation, but I don't have any chickens that are in the age group to rotate out, so I'll reserve that for when we get chicks, at least chickens that are old enough to rotate out, and we'll show you exactly what we're doing there. The cows look like they're okay. I haven't checked the cattle yet. I'll check that somewhere during the course of this, and I haven't checked the goats yet, so we need to go and do that as well during the course of this episode. But I want to get this done first. Actually, yeah, so I'm going to get this done. It's a nice small field, so we can show you us doing that. In its entirety. It's probably only going to take a few passes because this thing is pretty wide. Right, we'll lower that and we'll get going. I suppose we should do this properly. Let's do this properly. Yeah, this T7 seems to be doing rather well. As I said in the last episode, we'll need to put it as a consideration for any upgrades that we do if we buy a second tractor. It's a little bit less horsepower than our case, but a more modern version, of course. It takes a little bit of time to get going through the roughness of the weeds. Just do a little pass down this side, just so that we can get this corner done here as well. There we go. Just have this little, hopefully we can do this in one little pass. Not quite, I don't think. Not quite. What we don't want to do is exactly what I've done, leave bits on both sides. Oh dear. It's not what I wanted to do. They're not very efficient. Just got this little bit over here to do, and then that's done. And we'll nip on up to the oats field and go and get it started over there. Put it onto a worker. And then we'll come and get started on that field over there at the top. And I haven't decided what we're going to plant there, but as I said, it's probably going to be barley for chickens. I think we're going to run out of chicken feed before the next crop is in, so I've made a bit of a faux pas. I should have put barley or into this field that we're going to do now. We've got the oats, and put the oats in the other field, because this field fully wheated or barleyed or sorghum for that matter, would definitely be enough for a season of chicken feed. But we are going to be looking for another field to plant, so we might find another sort of medium-sized field and get some wheat or barley planted in there. So let's get a worker onto this and started. Get them away. We're going to be doing the, prefer to get them to do the up and downs first, because if they do get stuck on the corners, then I just have to do the bulk of the work has already been done. So that's my reasoning for doing the up and downs first on most worker jobs. Yeah. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Seems to be working quite effectively. Right, so let's go and have a look. Let's go and get in the case, and we will just make sure that, yeah, the weeds are done. The weeds are done. Always need to make sure that there are no problems been creeping into the whole situation. Right, we'll start that up. Shouldn't take too long to warm up. Yeah, pretty much warmed up, and we've got milk, we've got cheese to sell, and we've got eggs to sell today as well. We've also, looks like when I was checking, we only had about 700 litres of milk in the cows. They might be starting to get towards the end of their lactation, so we may need to buy in some top-up milk from our neighbour. Let's get this done first. Or we should unfold it first. I'm wondering whether we should put this onto a worker as well and go. Let's get this done ourselves. So we'll get this started, and then we'll get back to you once it's finished. I think that the oats has now been fully weeded, and we can go and pick up the demo tractor and possibly put that to work on a new field. We'll see what's available. Let's just get this folded up. Get onto the main road and take it back so we don't have to drive through the crop. There you go. It's not like we have to go 100 miles on the main road. Yes, if we can get another field that we can, it might be a bit difficult to find a field that hasn't had something planted in it so far. What we might find is a grass field that we can buy that is not next to a watercourse. That's the other option that we can do, because it's not a. Oops, I should have loaded down again. Goodness. Not looking after my machinery. Then we can take the grass off that, make some more bales. That could be a... Oh, we don't want to do that. Weeder, and there we go. Right, so let's have a look and see what is available. So field 31 doesn't look like it's got anything in it. And field 28, I think we can go up and have a look at field 28. Nothing in there. Fertilized. It's not near any water. It is a little bit of a schlep to get to. Whereas this one here, we've still got to drive to. These two have got water in them, so yeah, I think it's not that much of a problem to get to. I think we might be able to get through. No, we won't. We'll have to go up to the top, but it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Right. So if we lease that, 110 a month. Yes. It's nice that we've got some. And the other one that we had to look at was this one here. Is it worth getting another two this year? Can we afford it? Let's visit that first of all. It's got corn growing in it already, so yeah, we can't really do anything with that. Alright, so we can go and we'll get the seeder onto our... We're certainly getting our money's worth of this demo tractor, that's for sure. Where's our seeder? It's in the other barn. Are we going to have enough seed to do this job? Most probably not. Most probably going to have to go and buy some seed. It's only 308, so what I'll do, I'll hitch up this other trailer, we'll go and buy some seed. Instead of driving all the way to the shop, we'll buy the seed from we'll offload it into bags, and then we will... Can we get seed? Oh, we can't buy seed here. I think we have to go to our neighbour's farm to buy seed. Else we'll have to go all the way down to the shop. We shall see. I think we can buy seed from here. There we go, seeds. I wonder if we can fill up our seeder directly from this trailer. Should be. Very old seeder, so something that we'll have to look to replace as well, because it's It's a sowing seeder, so I suppose very traditional, really. Actually, a long time since we sowed the drip across the bridge. It's not a really good angle to park that at. Still. Yeah, I didn't think we could actually, so let's just put that there. What I'll do is I'll just put it outside there so that there's enough space for the bags to unload into, and detach that. I hope this is going to work. Should. I'm guessing that by now we could have driven down to the store, bought the bags and brought them back, but right. Unload here. Oh no 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 no. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope you're having as much fun with that as I am. That is now going to create a whole different mess. Maybe what we should have learned was just, you should just do the things right first and not get involved in all this. Oh dear. What am I going to do? First of all, we're going to see if it can load off the door. I doubt it. Do we have a front-end loader? I think we might have. It won't work. We might have to go and buy. Did we sell our front end loader? No, it's on there. We might have to go and buy a shovel. Well, yeah, we are back at the farm and we leased a bucket to clean up our mess. Didn't buy one. I suppose it would have been relatively cheap, but it cost £80 to lease. We'll just get this fixed up quickly. I'll put it back into the trailer, and then I will have to go and do what I should have done in the first place and go and buy some seed at a store. Always trying to be too clever. Yeah, I should have remembered. I should have remembered, because this seeder is very, very basic. This would have most probably have worked with anything else except this one, and now I've got jammed because I'm too close in there. This is not, I'm not covering myself in any type of glory whatsoever here. I'm trying to do everything exactly as difficult as possible. I hope you're having a good chuckle at this, because I'm about to turn the air blue in this little recording area of mine. Oh dear. Now let's try and do this without spilling any. It's good enough. Should be another bucket that we can get done. I think I should be able to sell this back to where I bought it from. Might even make a profit on it. But yeah. Funny how things go, because you do a series like this and you buy very basic equipment to start with, because that's what you would have started with to get the story right and all that type of thing. And of course you tend to forget it's basic, you know. As I said, this, having bought that, I wouldn't even have had to put it into a trade. I would have just taken whatever seed I was using right up to and filled it from the silo. And yeah, and in the long run that's not really bad for this type of series, because there are so many things that you have to, as a tenant farmer or any type of basic farmer, in fact probably any farmer, unless you really have no restriction on resources, I think this might be slightly more than 2,000 litres. What's happening here? We'll go put this in there. But yeah, so you would always be struggling with little things, and things work out, things don't work out. That's what I have found through the years that I've worked on a tenant farm. I always used to say everything is held together by baling twine, one way or another. That's pretty much it, the way it is on a lot of farms, really, you know. Repair before you buy. Repair yourself if you can. These are all the basics of tenant farming. The nature of tenant farming is that you must probably be a little bit strapped for cash when you start, simply because, you know, if you had unlimited cash resources, you would buy your own land. So it's the nature of the beast, is what I'm trying to say. Right, we've just about got this done, and then I will go and drop this off, fold this back to where we got it from, return it, so to speak, and then I will head down to, I'll get in the utility vehicle and head on down to the store and go and buy a couple of pallets of seed. I will take you with, just to go and drop this off, just so that you can see if we make an unrealized profit. I can't remember what we bought it for, actually. Oh, do I leave this in? Do I leave this in? Oh, this is just getting from bad to worse. Oh my goodness. Oh dear. This is terrible. I'm going to leave it in just so that people can have a chuckle. Definitely going to leave it in. Just, yeah, it's just... It's just something that needs to be seen. Right, you're back with me, and we've just picked up 2 pallets of seeds and a bale of hay that we must have left behind there. I just did the auto load and we loaded a bale of hay as well. Oh yeah. In any case, I'm going to offload this here and then we will do what we have to do. Let me get this all sorted out and I will be back with you once we've offloaded everything. So finally we've got to the situation where we can actually fill up our seeder. Only taken a couple of hours. For something that should have taken about 30 seconds. But so be it. We'll just fill that up. Go into the small field first. Let's make sure we've got the right product on. We want to do barley. Canola. And where is barley? Where is barley? I think we have to go right through to the beginning. Wheat, barley, there we go. I think for the sake of ease, we will put barley into the new leased field as well, so that we can run these 2 fields in tandem for our chickens, and we will alternate with barley, wheat and cover crops. So let's get that started. And it's probably a little bit narrow, but that's not too much of a problem. We'll do this ourselves. We'll do a little bit to show you and then I'll get back to you once it's finished. So let's just get this going. Barley can't be planted in April. Oh dear. Oh, it was sorghum we were going to plant, not barley, sorghum. So we need to change this to sorghum. That's even better because we've got 3 crops that we can alternate between. So wheat, barley, sorghum needs a planter, doesn't it? Can't plant it with this. Man, we're really not doing well. Okay, so we're going to have to go and lease ourselves a planter now. So this episode is going to have to be called a comedy of errors. Ineptitude, that's what I call it. Call it ineptitude. So we're just going to take this off and then we will go and see what we can do in terms of planters. We do have the hand pushed one, but I don't think we have the, well, you wouldn't use a hand pushed seeder for this type of job. So let's lower that, offload it, and I will head on down to the store again, and I'll get through to you once when we are about to decide what planter we're going to get. See you when we're at the store. Right, so we're down at the store now, and let's have a look at the planters and see what we can get. So Amazon 49,500, 4.5 meters. We need 150 horsepower. We can handle that with our case. We've got to look at the case. The RAL 120 horsepower, 6 meter width. That looks good. This is one of those that you have to tow and then go around, and that's not a problem though. Extension, what does that do? That takes us to what does that do? Does that add 400? Adds another 10 liters of seed. That one there is still 6 meters, but 600 liters of seed. So that might be, how much is that? 34,000. It is 34,000. Yeah, we might as well go for the 600. It's not that much more expensive. We can go on to high purchase. We'll do it over 5 years. And purchase. There we go. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go and have a look and see what it looks like. I thought we bought that with the extension at the top. Well, we'll hook it up, see what happens. Maybe it's just a continuation of the errors that I'm making of this. Probably a joke episode. There we go, hooked up. And we will head up to the farm and we'll see you once we're there. Right, so we're just about back at the farm. And I'm thinking that this may not work out that badly because we put the seed that we mistakenly brought into our silo. I'm hoping I'll be able to fill it up directly from the silo here now. Start filling. Seed, yeah. Fabulous. Is this the sign that things are changing? We shall see. I'm going to have to edit this a little bit smart when I do get to it, because I want to show all these little things, and this was supposed to just be a quick little finish off to my original episode, but this might change. I might have just a little bit about what I was doing, which is fairly routine, and make the episode about this. We shall see. So what we have to do now with this one is that we have to offload it. We then have to drive around. It's a very manual type operation, and that's why it's so cheap compared to This is a good 10 grand cheaper than the next one. And it's actually going to be, I think this is 6 meters compared to 4.5. Right, unfold it. There we go. Get this settled. Going to put this onto a worker so that we can follow around with it and just show you how it works. So let's check out the worker. And okay, oh, got to make sure we put the right product in there first of all. So that is okay. We don't want to plant corn. We want to plant sorghum. There we go. So let's get going. Let us get going. Did we buy a planter to plant? No, that was oats. It was oats we planted, not corn. I was thinking about the other big field that I didn't even check to see whether we had a plant or not. I'm pretty sure we didn't. So let's put the worker on. Oh, of course. I've set them to do the up and down so that I can finish off easily myself. Let's see how it goes. Seems to be working okay. Let's jump out. Okay, just stopped it. 50% fertilized, so we will have to put some manure on. But yeah, it looks like it's working quite well. I like it. I like it. I think we're about to do this whole field with without having to refill. Right, so we'll get back to you once it's done. Right, you're back with me, and we have finished seeding the or planting the sorghum into this top field. It's looking good. We'll have to need to put some manure onto it. That's not a problem. What we will go and do now is we will go and get this started on a new field, which is field 28. So we're going to drive on up there. I think we've still got enough seed. I'm going to use 6% of what's in the seeder. Of course, I need to change the aspect of this so that we can well, let's try and get off the field here. We'll try and do it on the road so that we're not doing it on the fields as such. So where shall we do it? I think if we do it at the top here, we should be okay. Not quite sure which way it's going to unfold, so I'll give myself a little bit of space to move. I'll unhook that. And, oh, before we do that, we've got to fold the seeder. There we go. Now we'll unhook it. That's better. And go and look it up, and we will see you at field 28, I think it was, wasn't it? See you there. Right, so we are just about at field 28, opposite the big manor house. I think this is the entrance to the field over here. What I'll do is I'll get this started, get the headlands done, and then we will end this episode. There we go. Let's get this all organized. I think this field is fully fertilized. It is indeed. So let us unhook that and then hook it up. It is a bit of a palaver to change around, but it's not that much of a hassle, and it saved us quite a bit of money. Hook that up and unfold it. There we go. And we're still going to be planting sorghum. I'm not sure what the yield is like in sorghum compared to wheat and barley, but it should be good. Sorghum, yeah. Oh, this is a ploughed field, probably. That's why we're getting a different texture. Whereas the other one, the one that we've just done is or was cultivated and not ploughed. Yeah, this T7 continues to impress me. It's certainly saving our old case a bit of man hours. Not sure how long we've got it for. I would imagine it's probably this month and that's it. But we've got some good use out of it. Oh dear, what I didn't realize is that this runs right next to the stream. So we're okay for this here. We have to be very careful when we're fertilizing next time around. Specifically chose this field. The faux pas continue. Fitting in with the theme of this episode. Oh dear. I do hope you've enjoyed the chuckle, if not downright mirth, of this episode. It's one of those episodes that reminds me of the Everything Goes Wrong show, I think it was called. Stage show where everything deliberately goes wrong, and very, very funny. But I can assure you that I haven't done this deliberately. It's all as a result of my ineptitude. One would swear I've never played this game. In any case, we've just about finished the first headland, so I think that's where we'll end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio.